Welcome to another session. This is the second part of our introduction to linear equations. Now, the objectives are still the same as before, and they are in front of you here, as you see. We are concentrating on solving linear equations having only one unknown. The rest we'll be covering later. We are going to do today the following. Our objective for today is just to solve linear equations in one unknown. The success criteria is to be able to successfully solve linear equations in one unknown using algebra. As an extension, we will see how to solve the linear equations having one unknown in 3 different ways. And as a bonus, and as a part of building our toolkit, I'll be showing you and using ti-nspire CX CAS calculator emulator. I'll be using the student version, the same as what's available for you, and I'll be showing you how to get it. So let's get started. Okay, now if we look at this equation, okay, 2x plus 11 equal 3 minus 2x. There's a solution for it. In linear equations, normally there's only one solution, if there is a solution. We'll discuss when we don't have solutions and other types later in a minute. But for now, let us concentrate on when we do have a solution. Now, the first way of solving this, remember we said we were going to discuss 3 methods. The first method is actually by trying to guess. Okay, so you substitute x for various values. This is the right hand side. Here, this is the right hand side, and this is the left hand side of the equation. So you try for the left hand side, for example, 0, you get 11. For the left hand side, you substitute x with 0, you get 3. 11 is definitely different than 3, so this is not a solution. Our solution is when we get the right hand side giving us the same value as the left hand side. So you try 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, and then you'll find that at minus 2, the left hand side, if you substitute x with minus 2, is equal to 2 times negative 2. This is negative 4 plus 11 is 7. And on the right hand side, 3 minus 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So then at that particular point, we'll have the right hand side equal the left hand side, and vice versa, which means x equal negative 2 is indeed the solution to the equation. Okay, so this is the first method, by guessing. And that method, you will be using it later on, even in year 12, when we get to cubic functions and beyond. When trying to solve them, it's still part of your solution. The weakness of guessing is sometimes you have too many guesses, and in order to get to the number, and if the number is not a whole number, like it's a fraction, then it will be very unlikely that you will guess it, and it becomes much harder to guess it. Okay, so that was the first method. Now the second method, and this is what we want to adopt, and from here on we'll be using, is algebra. So let's write the equation again. 2x plus 11 equals 3 minus 2x. Alright, what we need to do is to put the x's on one side and the constant on the other side. Now, there are two ways of doing this, and we'll do it both ways, and then as we go we'll just use one of the methods. Okay, the first method is when you take things from one side to the other side, you just change the sign. So we're going to take the minus 2x here and change the sign so it becomes plus 2x, and we're going to take the 11 to the other side and becomes minus 11. Then what we'll have is 2x plus 2x equals 3 minus 11. Then what we are getting is 4x equals minus 8. Therefore, x equals minus 8 divided by 4, which is negative 2. Same as what we got there. So there's only one solution. Okay, now the other way of doing this, we'll do it here. If we say the 2x plus 11 equals 3 minus 2x, we say, alright, what do we need here is to get rid of it. Well, you can get rid of from one side or the other. We say if we wanted to get rid of the 2x from here, then we add to it negative 2x, and we add the same thing to the other side. Okay, or if we want to get rid of that minus 2x, then we need to add 2x, so we add 2x to this side as well. And we need to get rid of the 11, so we minus 11 to both sides. Then what happens if we decide to get rid of the minus 2x, we have to add a 2x here. Then becomes 2x plus 11 plus Sure, Didi, I'll talk to you just after 2x equals 3 minus 2x plus 2x. Those minus 2x and plus 2x cancel out, and then that will give us 4x and we subtract 11 and add 11, so 4x equals, we have the 3 minus 11, because here we subtract 11 from this side, so we have to subtract 11 from the other side, which gives us the 4x equal exactly like here, 4x equal negative 8, which means x equal negative 2. So both methods are actually equivalent, and whichever one you use is fine. Alright, so this is discussing when you do have a solution. Okay, now before we move on to the other types, what we're going to do is talk about the extension now, the third method, and also the bonus to the extension. So the third method is actually solving using graphs, and graphics calculators are perfect for that. And as a part of your VCE course, both year 11 and 12, the calculator is compulsory, and you will have exams where you have to use the calculators. So instead of just like, you know, drawing the axes and try to do it here, which is not neat, we'll use the graphic calculator. I'll show you the emulator, and then we'll get the solution, show you how to get the solution that way. Basically, just before we go there, when we say 2x plus 11 equals 3 minus 2x, what we're saying is we actually have two functions. One is y equals 2x plus 11, okay, and the other one y equals 3 minus 2x. So what we're saying, when we put them as equal each other, like here, we are saying we are looking for the point where both of them will have the same y, the same solution, and that will be something like, let's say this is the first one and that's the second one. This is where we meet, and where they meet is the solution, because at that point both y's will be equal. So we're saying at that point that y from the first equation equals that y from the second equation, which means 2x plus 11 equals 3 minus 2x, and you calculate. Or you do it graphically, you graph both lines, and where they meet is your solution. So now we're going to go and do just that using the CAS calculator's emulator, and then I'll show you where to get from that emulator, and then we will continue back with the rest of the lesson. So let's do that. So let's write it there, 2x plus 11. Let it draw it. That's how it is. And as we see, negative 2 is here, so I know that they meet at negative 2. So it will be just at the border, hard to see. So what we do, we want to change the zoom, want to zoom out so we can see more. Alright, that will be a bit better. Now let's see what the other equation was. The other equation was 3 minus 2x. Okay, so 3 minus 2x. And as you see, indeed, where they meet, x is equal to negative 2. So graphically, this is the solution. So where you have 2x plus 11, that's the first one, and this is the second equation, where it is true, where they are equal, that point actually belongs to both of them. Alright, so since it belongs to both of them, this is the solution. At that particular point, they are equal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So actually, the point there is x equal negative 2 and y equals 7. So these are three different methods of pressing menu. Normally will get you the options, and then you can do from the options you can pick what you really want. Suppose we can do it here from here. So with the emulator is actually done from here. Pressing menu doesn't take you there automatically. As you can see here, we've got the option to trace. So we can trace all or trace that, trace that. We can also analyze the graph. You can find where it is 0, where the minimum is, where the maximum, and we can also find the intersection. So we are telling it to find the intersection. Okay. Lower bound, it's asking me for the lower bound. The lower bound, I say, okay, you can say, for example, this is the lower bound, and this is the upper bound. Okay, and here you go. It shows it to you, minus 2 and 7. So it's asking you where is the point you're trying for intersect, because some graphs, not with this linear one, but it might have multiple intersections. So you can easily tell it even from negative infinity to positive infinity, and or something really big, and then it will try to find every intersection between. But you can make it easier. You know that they intersect here. As long as you put boundaries anywhere around it, The smaller the boundary is, the quicker the software will find it. And as you can see, it found it. We're looking for x, so the solution is -2. So this is one other way of finding things. Now, why am I showing you this now? Because remember, all of this is revision, and you might as well experience the various types of solutions. And when we get to that section, you already have had a reminder. And as you see, this tool is very handy. I'll show you how to get this software. You would use it if you actually use ti-nspire CARES at your school. You can download the student version. I'm using the student version here. And I've got the teacher version as well. You can download it for free for 30 days. If you just purchased the calculator recently, some of these calculators come packaged with license for this. So only then need to activate it. You can download, activate, or it could be given the CD. We are up to version 4 now, which also is the number for the OS. So the version for the emulator corresponds also with the version available to update your operating system on the handheld. Okay, so you've got this as a tool available for you. Download it and work with it, even if it is only the evaluation trial version. You'll have 30 days to play with it. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how we actually download that student software. If you guys go to education.ti.com, the website, then what we have to do is you go to downloads. Alternatively, if you search your favorite search engine like Google or the like, it can also come up with a direct page for download. So you just search for text assessment, ti-nspire, student edition, emulator download, and things like that. Otherwise, you just go here, downloads, app and software update. It takes you here, say software search now, and it comes. This is what you want. This is ti-nspire CX. Okay, what we have is CARES CX. The difference between CARES and non-CARES is CARES allow you to solve the algebraic symbols, and it's called computer algebra system. This is what the difference between the two, and this is what we have. So actually here it allows you to buy the student software, and actually if you have bought the calculator version that comes with one of these, then you can download from here and activate it with the key that comes with it, or you can use the one on the CD and update it. But alternatively, you get this one. Okay, so that gives you a 30-day trial. Click on it, and for Windows users, you have these two, XE or MSI. Both of them will do. This is the version number. So currently we are on version 4.0.0.235. And also it would be a good idea to download the guidebook, the student software guidebook. All right, so this is how you get the software. And let's go back to our presentation. Okay, welcome back. So now you've seen how to do that using the calculator. Let's talk now about the other types of linear equations. So we spoke first about, and you still see it on the screen, where you do have a solution. Now let's discuss when it is otherwise. And after we do that discussion, we will conclude this session for today, and then we will continue where we left off next time. So let's do that. Okay. Sometimes linear equations have, as you've seen, one solution, with the example we've seen before. But at other times, you'll have linear equations that either have no solution, or infinite solutions. Let's examine this equation. 2x plus 3 equals 2x plus 4. Now, if we simplify 2x from both sides, which means you say, okay, let's get rid of 2x, so we add minus 2x here, and we add minus 2x there, then 2x minus 2x, 2x minus 2x are gone, and 3 is definitely different than 4. So there's no solution, and the x in the first place has already disappeared. We already got rid of the x, so there is no solution. We can't find any value of x that will make the statement true, because already x has been eliminated. All right. On the other hand, let's examine this equation here. 2 times open bracket x plus 3 close bracket equals 2x plus 6. Well, if we expand, don't forget that you need to expand everything and multiply everything inside the bracket. 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 3 is 6. So what did we get? 2x plus 6 equals 2x plus 6, which is true for any value of x. We are saying one entity, it equals itself, which is always true. So if x equals 0, that value is 6 on the left hand side and right hand side. If x equals 1, that becomes 2 plus 6 is 8, 2 plus 6 is 8. So for any value you would put x there, we are talking about the same entity on the left and right. Whether you put it in its equivalent format like this or this format, we are talking about exactly the same entity. So irrespective of the value of x, it's always true. So we'll have infinite solutions. So if you say x equals 0, that's a solution. If you say x equals 0 or 0.02 is a solution, x equal negative 3 is a solution, x equal 1,000,000 is a solution, and all the values in between are solutions. So 0.000000, 100 zeros and 1 is a solution, etc. So you have infinite numbers of solutions. So this brings us to the end of this session. Let's recap and look at our objectives again. We now know how to solve linear equations in one unknown, and we have successfully solved the equations using algebra, and you've seen how to solve it in 3 different ways. The first way was guessing, the second way was algebra, and the third way was graphically. And we have seen the extension and the extension bonus using the ti-nspire CX calculator emulator, the student version, and you've seen how to download it. So with this, we conclude this part, and we will continue next time. So as you see, we are following the textbook, but I will not be following it line by line. If we do that, it will take too much time and will be a bit cumbersome. So what I'll be doing is actually concentrate on what we're going to learn, what is our objective from the session, concentrate on that, get some practices, and then from next time I'll be setting for you also a few exercises to try on your own. And after you do that, then the following day I'll be posting the solutions for them, and this is after we have the session in class. And in class you'll have the chance to actually go through them and others, and we can have the chance to discuss it one-on-one basis and as a group. So don't forget, in mathematics you do need to practice and more practice. This is the only way to learn, and any misconceptions you have from before, This is your chance to filter them before you get to year 12. So, till we meet next time, I bid you farewell.
Your mathematical problems. It's a crime if you don't solve them. Okay, now, how can I help you?
Dexter is always teasing me. He calls me stupid. And he claims that I don't know mathematics or science. Mr. Survey, is there any way for me to catch up with him and prove him wrong? Please, 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 pretty please.
No, he shouldn't have said that. He doesn't have any right to say that. And that's not true. You know, no one is born with this knowledge. It's acquired knowledge, so you learn it. So you can still catch up.
I want to be the brainy one and to tell Dexter off, like saying, I'm far too intelligent to lower myself to your incompetent level.
Okay, yes. What you can do, as I just said before, this is acquired knowledge, which means it's something that you learn. So you still have the capacity. It's not too late. What needs from you is the same as any other student, just determination. So if you start studying and paying attention and not interrupt the teacher while they are explaining, it will be a good start if you follow this series. You're year 11 students, aren't you? Yeah, although you look smaller, you are at year 11. So what you can do, if you start studying, doing your homework, watching these videos, asking me questions, then you've got a very good chance that not only you will reach the same level as your brother, because Dexter already thinks that there is nothing more or less more to learn, and he's actually not studying, not revising, and he's totally reliant on his computer. You just say, computer, do this, computer, calculate that. Well, for you, if you start doing the homework and the work and practice and more practice, yeah, you may reach his level and exceed him. And that would be the formula for you or anyone else who actually probably wasted time in the past and they want to catch up. It's never too late. Unless you're a VC student, you have to start now. So otherwise it will be late. Okay, is that clear, Didi? Are you happy now?
I like it. Yes, Mr. Sufi, that sounds great. Yeah, I promise you, from now on, I'll pay attention and watch all of
Okay,
your
excellent.
videos.
That's good to hear. Okay, don't forget to do your homework and to watch the videos, and till we meet again. Bye.